This week, for week 6, you have to complete week 5 first. So week 5, we made a tessellation piece and we created our pattern. So once we have that done, then you're ready for this week. And after I speak, it'll lead you to creating your tessellation, okay? So how they fit in each piece. Some tips, I do give you a few tips about when you are tracing. Make sure you start in the center and then you just slide your tessellation throughout your piece so that it fits in. Also, you're gonna go all the way to the edge. Remember, you don't have to draw the whole thing or make it fit in. And then another quick tip, I will tell you these two while we're going through when I'm doing the video, but if you use a Sharpie, a fine Sharpie, or an ultra fine Sharpie, and you trace over your pattern, you can actually hold it up to the light after you've traced your pieces, and then you can hold this up in the back, and it makes it a little easier to trace. Okay, so let's tessellate. So we have our piece and our design. Those are the most important things. We'll put all these other things to the side. So to get our piece to tessellate, first you need to find out which direction your piece goes so that it is straight up and down. So mine needs to go like this. So I'm gonna start by just tracing mine right smack in the middle. This is important because if you start off to the side, sometimes that gets a little hairy. So I'm gonna go ahead and trace the first one. Now that I have the first one traced, I need to see how it tessellates. So I've got to find where it fits in. So I'm going to fit mine to right there. And then it should fit there. And it should fit there. And there. Okay, so I'm going to fill up my picture with all my pieces tessellating. So now that I've got it all filled up, some things to remember. Starting in the middle, slide it down. Now a trick is if you lay it right on top of the line that you traced first where you don't really see it anymore, it'll help line up these edges. Because if you don't, you're not giving yourself enough room. So make sure you trace with it overlapping just a little bit so that they will all fit in together. Also, you're gonna trace all the way around and then you're gonna trace it so it goes off the paper. We want it to look like it just keeps going. All right, I know you don't have a huge piece of paper, but printer paper, whatever you're using, you should be able to fit at least 3, across and 3 high. Sometimes you can get a few more. Mine are at an angle, so there's that. Okay, now, hopefully your design is not too extensive. Remember, you do not wanna add too many things because you have to trace this over and over. I think I'm gonna add a few of these little lines in there. I don't know, for the webs. All right, so now the rest is going to be to just complete my tessellation by adding my bat. Now, you can make your bat the same, or you could make your bat different. So I could do a brown bat or and a black bat. So you can rotate them. But if you decide to do that, you need to make sure that they're checkerboard patterns. So for example, if this one's blue or brown, this one's brown, this one's brown. And then the other ones would be black so that you have that pattern. I might have said that wrong. So brown, black, brown, black, and so this one would be brown, black, brown, okay? So they're not right next to each other. All right, well, here goes. Let me finish this up. Okay, quick tip. If you trace over all the lines in your tessellation you've created, you should be able to trace it onto your paper and make it a lot easier. All right, and so that way when I put it underneath, And you can hold it up to the light if you need to. If you hold it underneath, you should just be able to add those lines pretty quickly. All right, let me finish it. Okay, so now that I have it all traced out, I can go over it with a Sharpie and then color it just like I said. All right, so I'm not going to time lapse that just because, well, you don't have to watch me color it. I'll have it up as a finished piece. All right, I can't wait to see your tessellations.